All right, cool. Let's see who has more rebounds. I'm trying to think. I have. Total rebounds.
Aaron, that wasn't a textbook way to offensively to close out a game. I don't think y'all scored the last 10 and a half minutes of the game or so. But to get to the line and the clutch situations, I mean, you had to be at least proud of that.
Yeah, we knew. I thought we played well. We put ourselves in position. But we knew going into the third. You know, when we had the lead, we knew what was coming. You know, the pressure was getting ready to pick up, and Ray did a heck of a job. You know, handling it. You know, we made some mistakes, but you know, and yeah, they're a good team. I don't think somebody told me today. I don't think they've lost to a Tennessee team this year. I don't know if that's right or not. You know, they've had a great year for a reason. So we knew they were going to make a run. You know, we showed some poise, had some big stops down the stretch. Again, I thought our defense and our rebounding was the difference in the game. And it's obviously you get to this point, it doesn't have to be pretty. You just got to find a way to win. Made big free throws, had big stops down the stretch. I thought we kept our poise and composure when they took the lead because we led most of the game. That was huge, and you know, just these guys are great. You know, we've been in those situations a lot this year, and good group of kids. They showed some resiliency and just and some toughness. Really proud of them.
Talk about Cooper's first half. I mean, just really didn't back down from the challenge.
You know, and his he had 16 at halftime, and he ended up with 20. You know, and he was obviously a big difference in one of the main reasons we had the lead at halftime. And not only scoring, I'm looking here at the stats, obviously for the first time, you know, he had 7 rebounds as well. He got in a little bit of foul trouble, so 20 got loose in there a little bit when he started, when he had 3. But heck of a battle. It's a great team. They're well coached, and we had a lot of guys step up. I thought, Garrett made some big free throws. Charlie Talbot-Hine had some big rebounds. Shamar defended, chased one around to Mr. Basketball most of the game. And rebounded. So, again, a team effort for us. But for us, it starts on the defensive end and rebounding the ball. And if you can do those two things, you can give yourself a chance to win.
What do you kind of credit that poise down the stretch to?
Just great leadership and having good players that's been in that position before. I think we've probably practiced those in the game situations more this year than we've practiced those a lot. I think back even after Christmas. A lot of in-the-game situations, handling pressure, and
the region.
Yeah, the region, and we were in some of those situations like that in the region. So those experiences have helped us. But again, we've got we had a bigger team than we've had in the past. But I thought we did a really good job, and we had some turnovers. I thought we did a really good job handling pressure. You kind of get in those situations. You're trying to get to a state championship game. You got a lead, and you got a 6'9" kid at the rim. It's just not quite as easy as you think to attack it. But they got 2 guys on him, so. We didn't handle it perfect, but I thought we handled it well enough to win the game.
Coach, you're playing a team like Whitehaven. Sitting on a lead is dangerous. Like that, your worldview changes in a hurry when the trapping and stuff like that. Can you speak to RayQuan's specifically capability of handling that without just completely just coughing it up?
Yeah, and he did a great job. I mean, we burned some timeouts. I'm looking here at the stats to try to, he only had 5 turnovers, but. Some of those, but the heat he's facing, he did a really good job. He had a couple of boneheaded plays, which most guys do in a game. But yeah, I mean he, obviously if he wasn't out there, we'd probably been in trouble for sure. I mean, he can answer the question, but it looked like there's 3 or 4 on him most of the time there in about the last 3 or 4 minutes. So, yeah. But you got to give these other guys credit. You got to get open. It's not, you're playing athletes like that are long and athletic and quick. It's not just a guy handling. Guys got to get open. You got to handle it. Once you catch it, and I thought for the most part we handled it pretty well.
For both you guys, what's that feel when the final buzzer goes off? I think it's the first time in 11 years you guys are back in the state championship.
Well, in close games like that, we've been in this situation, like my coach said, since the first round of region. So it's not. I already knew we was gonna pull through because we've been pulling through this whole season. So, but that feeling that when the final buzzer going, first off, Whitehaven, all credits to them. They're a really talented team, really talented. We actually have to battle. Me and him, we were sleeping together. Pause. But at the hotel. But last night, I wanted him to get his own head. his own bed because I just wanted him to be 100%. And y'all see what happened when he had his own bed. My man had 20 points. But yeah, we just competed in play, so it was good.
It just for me, it was like just like a relief kind of, because it's like we off there all that, and then we finally pulled through. I mean, I knew we was. I trusted my teammates and my boys, and I mean, we went out there, got it done. So one more.
Cooper, to show off your 3-point stroke in the first half, just how has that part of your game grown over the last few years?
I got the green light, and Coach Green, I got the green light, but I mean, I practice them. I study. What? Yeah, I know, but I'm just like, yeah. I mean, I've had the green light, so stepping out, making shots.
For you, Coach, are there any parallels between that last team you went on a run with? I know it was a long time ago now.
2014.
Yes, sir.
Man, I had some good kids on that team. I hate you brought that up because we had an 11-point lead with 7 minutes and something to go in the game and lost to Blackman. We actually had a shoot around over there the day and was staring at the banner, from 2014. But I do remember in 2014, that was the first time we'd been in the state championship game since 1963. So that was like, at the time, that was like 51 years. So I think this will be the fourth time in the program's history we've been in this game. But, again, your job's not finished. You're trying to win another one. So we're not. We didn't do any celebrating after after the win. We're job's not finished. You got to try to win another game. So, that's the goal.
RayQuan, how do you get yourself comfortable in late game free throw situations? How have you taught yourself how to handle those nerves?
Just take a deep breath. Our old coach, Ted Mitchell, he was on that 2014 team. He always told me that before I take a free throw, especially in them situations, just take a deep breath, silence the crowd, and just shoot it like it's a normal shot. And that's what I do. And I've been doing that since first round of region again, so it's all good.
Coach, I think it was yesterday I heard you say maybe Charlie wasn't on the team last year. Did he transfer? Is he from a different state? Or
No, he was on the team. He was just a sophomore. He didn't get a lot of minutes last year, and he's put a lot of time in and turned himself into a good player. So, but yeah, he got spot minutes. He played, but didn't get a ton of minutes.
Hillsborough thoughts? Just thoughts on tomorrow?
Yeah, as a coach, when you win, you feel relieved, and you start trying to get ready for the next one. Obviously watching that game, and you got a short turnaround. It's hard to get a lot of prep time. I'm sure they're feeling the same way. They got a little bit of head start on us because they played first. So, but very talented, very athletic, similar to Whitehaven. Probably not quite as big. Well coached. Coach does a great job with them. Got some shooters. They obviously get to state championship game. They got guys that can score it and got size, rebound it well, and got guys that can put it in the hole. So well coached, and we'll have to play well to win the game for sure.